Now, NLE Choppa, here we go again. Another young rapper out of the many I've covered on my channel who seems to be going through something. Just like the title says, this looks like one of those cries for help. So yeah, let's talk about it. NLE Choppa posted a couple of extremely worrying tweets on social media a couple hours ago. If you've seen them already, then you know why I call them worrying in the first place, because this is what he said. I'ma kill myself the last day of December 2020. Y'all better enjoy me while y'all can. My music gon' live for me. I'ma be with y'all, I promise. My music gon' let you know everything you need to know. Love y'all. This is pretty much everything we're going off of right now. These are the two tweets that's kind of been shaking things up in his fan base. People are very worried, man, and I couldn't even count how many messages I've gotten regarding what Choppa said. People want answers. People are wondering what is going on here. We have this extremely young, fortunate, blessed rapper who's talking about how he's gonna take his life on the last day of December. Exactly for what? The thing is, NLE Choppa's music is kind of the opposite of what we're seeing here. He's really not the rapper you go to when you want to hear about mental health related raps. He's just not. People really like holding this fact over someone like him though. That's the same reason why Lil Pump faced backlash, as crazy as that sounds, for crying out for help on social media. That's something I've covered and you might remember that. By the way, when I say backlash, I'm really just talking about people not taking him seriously. Either that or people just straight up making fun of him for feeling that way and expressing himself. The image aspect of things is extremely important here. People get caught off guard when they see someone like NLE Choppa, who's a young, looks to be at least extremely happy, full of energy rapper talking like this. In a way, a lot of people feel betrayed because the packaging, which is NLE Choppa's image, that says otherwise. The image of a happy, lit young rapper paints this picture of no kind of struggle, but mental struggle can't really be seen. We know that. NLE Choppa has a son on the way at the age of 17, which is a blessing because most 17-year-olds can't afford a child at that age, but he definitely can. He's one of the most popping 17-year-old rappers out here, if not the most popping. Actually has a very supportive fan base. His music is reaching a lot of people, and he also has an extremely bright future ahead of him. Why exactly would he feel like this? Let me share something personal really quickly. I can personally vividly remember how years ago when I had zero, that there were times where I was way happier back then than I am right now. That's not to say that overall I'm not happier now, because best believe I am. I'm just really trying to make the point that whatever blessings I've been able to attract externally don't really necessarily make up for what I'm lacking internally. Now, enough of me. Why exactly am I bringing this up in a video about NLE Choppa crying for help? Well, because what comes with being in a position like he's in right now is a lot of responsibility. NLE Choppa is a 17-year-old rapper, so pretty much he's a kid who has a kid on the way. He now, of course, has a whole lot of people who depend on him, which is his family. Now that he's so well off, he of course popped off super quickly because Shotaflow blew up like crazy in the span of a couple weeks. So he pretty much went from this nobody in the span of a couple weeks and quickly became this rapper who now had the entire industry in his hands. He's of course famous, which means privacy is non-existent. Obviously the fame part isn't exclusive to him only, but how heavy doesn't that weigh on these young rappers' minds when they have so many things on their plate that don't necessarily only come with good things? You know, most people who are watching this video will nod their head and agree with me as I'm speaking on this situation. I say that to say this: you might feel compassion for NLE Choppa because you know that being in the rap industry is not all fun and games, and I think we should take these cries for help seriously because most people of course don't. And I know that because check out this comment section on Instagram, for example. 90% of these comments are all people making fun of the guy for struggling. Now, how exactly am I supposed to see this and not speak on this situation like the way I am? I think a lot of people got it twisted, man. You can really tell who got raised right and who didn't. They made memes out of XXXTentacion getting gunned down in his BMW. They made fun of Juice WRLD for overdosing because he apparently did it himself. They made jokes about Pop Smoke getting shot and killed by saying Pop Smoke got popped. And here we are today where a 17-year-old rapper is crying out for help and people are calling him a clout chaser. And you know what the crazy thing about this is? These are the same exact people who would make a post about how he was a legend and they were such a big fan if anything ever happened to him. Of course, God forbid anything ever happens to him. I'm just trying to make a point here. There's a reason why I don't think these rappers should get too invested into their social medias. Posting and maintaining it is a must so you can connect with your fan base. But if you're crying out for help on the internet, that tells me that you don't have a good support system around you, as in physical people. In that case, you're setting yourself up for failure because the industry doesn't love you and the internet, okay? Especially the internet does not love you. Matter of fact, sometimes even your own fans don't really love you like that. Just ask ask Lil Uzi Vert. The point I'm trying to make is the rap industry is an extremely stressful environment, especially for these young rappers. I think it's easy to feel the pressure of having to stay on top 24/7. I think it's easy to feel lonely in this industry because you're surrounded by a bunch of people who only mess with you because you're a popping rapper. How many times do we not hear these rappers talk about fake friends this, fake friends that? It's really not a coincidence that they're all bringing it up, and I think in this case, NLE Choppa might just be feeling a whole lot of feelings all at once, mostly negative because he felt compelled enough to tell the world that he's gonna end his life on the last day of December, which if you ask me, I don't think that's what he's literally gonna do. I think that he's genuinely just trying to send out the message that he's struggling inside. With that being said, I'm not sure whether or not he's gonna see this video, but Choppa, man, keep your head up, bro. You got a son on the way, you got the whole world in your hands. All you have to do now is just make a decision that you're gonna keep on keeping on. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. What do you personally think about this entire situation? By the way, pray for NLE Choppa, man. Hopefully he gets better. Anyway, definitely let me know in the comment section below and let's have a discussion about this.